I want to look at it in a way whereby, in such a way that this is the time for you to know the men that are lazy and the women that are lazy. You know, sometimes because we don't stay at home together, you actually do not know what.
Okay, when at the time when we first got married, then my husband, we were staying, we are still staying on the mainland anyway. So my husband was working on the highland, and whenever he comes, I don't want to know if he's tired or he's strong or what he went through at the office. What I want is what I want. If I might even be waiting for him to get back so that he can take me somewhere. I don't want to know if he's tired. If he tells me I'm tired, I'm like, but this is me. If the wife is not too tired, you know, if she has been working all day, how do you want her to function in the other room?
Yes. You know, that's the
other
truth.
room.
Yes. That's the truth.
Because she would have been exhausted, then one hand would be coming. How now? She has to rest.
You know.
So that's where men should take a cue. When you help in this, trust me, in the other room there will be
proper function.
I want to talk about thoughtfulness in intimacy. I think I would call it a lubricant to a smooth relationship.
A lubricant to a smooth relationship.
Because it means you are always thinking how to give the best to your spouse. Part of thoughtfulness is to even take care of yourself where you are. You don't misuse yourself anyhow. You don't overstress yourself anyhow. It's part of thoughtfulness. Because this person at home will need you. If you are not thoughtful, you can exhaust yourself without care.
That means you are entering into the other room, because the last time we were in this episode, they were particular about the other room.
I think that is correct.
And also, like when you wake up in the morning, you feel like drinking water, and you know drinking water is very good. I won't just go there, take my own cup of water, leave my husband. I will do both together, because I know it's good for me, it should be good for him too.
This is POA's diary, and it has been a wonderful time on this episode, especially the marriage episode. The last time we brought Opeyemi and Omotola, and we spoke on lockdown to unlock intimacy via communication, empathy, and consequential thinking. And today I am privileged to have my parents on set, and they'll be talking about thoughtfulness. And you know, it's going to be revealing and engaging. And the last time we had 19 years of experience, looking at 7 years of marriage on Omotola's side and 12 years of marriage of Opeyemi. Putting them together, we shared from 19 years experience. But today, we'll be sharing from about over 41 years. 41 years.
I'm still counting.
I'm still counting. So I'm privileged to have Reverend Dr. and Reverend Mrs. Odofi, JP Odofi. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that we're going to have an exciting time.
Oh, by the grace of God.
We are glad to have you.
Thank you very much for having us.
This morning we are going to be taking on thoughtfulness. And what is thoughtfulness? From my own end, I feel thoughtfulness is consideration for the needs of others. Consideration for the needs of other people. I want to look at how does it affect relationship. Looking at 41 years. I'm sure that you have so many scenarios, you have examples, and even being a counselor to so many, pastoring so many people, I'm sure you have joined so many. Maybe you would have lost count of the people that you have joined together in marriage, and it's a privilege to have you. And we are looking at thoughtfulness. This thoughtfulness, considering other people, and I'm sure that thoughtfulness is a bit different from empathy, because we looked at empathy the other time. Empathy is much more like putting yourself in the shoes of the other people, but this one is considering other people's need, consideration for other people's need. Sir, how can you bring this down?
Well, thank you very much, POA Diary.
Yeah. You're welcome,
It's a
sir.
privilege once again to be here and share our views and experience, the little experience we have in the past 41 years. We still counting, but there are those who are probably far ahead of us.
Yeah.
And when you talk about thoughtfulness in intimacy, I think I would call it a lubricant to a smooth relationship.
A lubricant to a smooth relationship.
Because it means you are always thinking how to give the best to your spouse. While she's also thinking how to give the best to you. I think that is what the Bible calls in honor. Consider the other person. So, part of thoughtfulness will make a husband consider eager to go back home. And what will I take into the home today that will make my wife be happy?
Not going back empty-handed, not going back anyhow.
Not necessarily having material things. You're giving yourself even to her is part of being thoughtful.
Wow.
Taking care of yourself where you are coming from because somebody is at home there waiting for you.
Wow.
It's part of thoughtfulness. Now, what would she need? What would she like? Because of the relationship you've been into, you almost always know what she needs. And so it becomes part of you to make sure you are giving your best to your spouse.
Wow.
So that's thoughtfulness.
Wow.
Part of the thoughtfulness is to even take care of yourself where you are. You don't miss yourself anyhow. You don't overstress yourself anyhow. It's part of thoughtfulness. Because this person at home will need you. If you are not thoughtful, you can exhaust yourself without care.
That means you are entering into the other room, because the last time we were in this episode, they were particular about the other room.
I think that is correct, because the register for other room came into being very recently. But the meaning is very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are going home. You know that you want the other room. But have you prepared yourself for it? That's part of thoughtfulness. Have you prepared the person at home too? That's thoughtfulness. Will he be in the mood to welcome you in the other room? Or have you overworked her that the other room will not function effectively as you would desire? Thoughtfulness. I think as we move on, we will
Mommy,
shed more light.
do you have one or two things to say when it comes to thoughtfulness, or share an experience? Maybe while Daddy was speaking, something came to your mind.
Thank you very much. I like to narrow mine down to while he was still actively, serving as a minister of God.
Wow.
In evangelical church within all, Ekwa. I remember I had to put in every effort to complement his ministerial work, in the sense that, let's say, tomorrow there is a service, I could go to him and say, oh, this is Easter period. Let me think of which songs. I relieved him of the songs to be used, and many other things that I feel I could do to ease the ministerial work. Even when it comes to, this service in the house of God, there are areas where he might not have, looked into, that I feel, I think this should be done. Then I would try all I could then, to put him, to give him the idea that I feel would help, So anything that I feel should be added to what he is doing that will yield, a beautiful input, I try to put it in.
Wow.
And thank God, he has always been appreciative of such things. And also, like when you wake up in the morning, you feel like drinking water, and drinking water is very good. I won't just go there, take my own cup of water, leave my husband. I will do both together, because I know it's good for me, it should be good for him too. And so, in terms of health, like I want to eat fruits, I'll make sure my husband too takes his. Not that I will eat it and then leave him, without it. Because I know we are growing together and our health has to be taken care of together. So anything I do for myself, I think about him.
You don't want to leave him behind.
At all. In times, I always think ahead of what do I have to do, what does he need. For example, when we are both at home, studying, there's no one going out, and he's at his study, very, very busy. I look at the time, around 1 o'clock, 2, feel, breakfast has been some time. So let me just put some things together. Like Yemi gave us a few things, as snacks this afternoon. I then, in a tray, with the juice or with the drink, whatever it is, I take it to him. He's always grateful.
So you don't wait for him to say,
to ask,
it's time I want to eat, and
exactly,
woman, where are you now?
At that time I know he needs something, because me too, I need it. If I need it, he should need it. I shouldn't wait for him to ask. Yes. So at times too, when he wakes up late, you have to ask what's happening. This sleep is becoming, they might say, I didn't sleep well at night, so just give me an hour more. We'll have a family altar. It's okay, rest. But at times, if you just leave your spouse without asking questions, without bothering about what he's feeling, that shows you are thoughtless of whatever is going on with him. So it is better you think what is good for you should be good for your husband too. And that has gone a long way to help the family to grow.
Mama, I am glad that you are here today, and you are sharing with us and with very many couples that will be on the lookout for POA's diary. Is it part of thoughtfulness when you used to tell us in those days, wait for your time, when they bring, when there is so many juicy things? Is it part of thoughtfulness that you say, wait for your time, and even when you package stew, you are an educationist, you go to school and you have to leave us behind. In those days, is it part of thoughtfulness that make you to leave special meat? You put 5 meat there for 5 people, and you expect us to know that this is your daddy's meat. This is daddy's meat. Is it part of thoughtfulness for younger people? I want younger people to learn.
The aspect of thoughtfulness in this issue is, making sure that the children know what is right for them at the right time. Like you are just growing, and much so because finances at that time and the level, one has to be wise about spending. So now, if you are able to buy maybe just 500 naira worth of maybe fruits, and you as the older ones in the home, you realize, of course, the children also need, but there's a reason for you to need more than, then everything has to be, in proportion. And that is why we need to teach our children, to make sure they, know what is theirs, what is for the older ones, and when they are the parents, and when they grow, they too will know how to teach their children. I know of a situation where a bowl of meat is put on the table, and a child went there and took the father's own. If any guest is around that area, the guest will feel, I will accommodate. The child, is not well trained. So it's a sort of training. How it comes in is, you have to think about how to train these children to know what is what as they grow, so that when they too get to that stage and their children want more than you expect them to have at that level, you will tell them, wait for your time.
Wow.
So it's worth thinking about and then working on it in the family, among the children.
Daddy, how has it been raising children? You are a shepherd to a whole lot of people, and Mama will have to go to work. Sometimes she'll come back in the evening. I know there are times she will have to go to take evening classes. How do you come in when it comes to thoughtfulness, and also ensuring that the family is together when it comes to intimacy and intimacy basically?
Well, I think it just comes naturally. You got to a stage, everything comes natural. When your relationship with God is effective, is kept, you are guided by the word of God. My wife is out there busy. I know what she is out there doing is for the home. What I am doing also is for the home. What she has gone there to do is for me. In fact, I thought look at it's for me. Now, if it's for me, then I should be thinking, well, how can I ease her own work that is naturally her work? What can I do to relieve her? And I'll be busy doing that because I know if she comes, she will get back to that same work. So nothing stopping me. And to take care of that aspect while expecting her. And so most of the time when she comes and she still had in mind that I have something to do. But when she comes and she has nothing to do, because somebody else have been thoughtful, I've done it. How do you think she will feel?
Relieved.
Very happy. And really,
Highly relieved.
Thank you, my husband. She is always thankful. But I just think it's my duty. I wasn't expecting, but I just think it's my duty because she is my duty as a person. She is my business as a person, not minding the children. And where I need to come in to stand in the gap for the children while he's still out there, I make sure what is needed is made available for them. So I think that's why I said it comes naturally, because I have known from scripture, from experience, that the way I take care, how thoughtful I am for my wife, is the way I will meet the result in her. Because if she's overworked, overused, like rightly said earlier, you can't expect much.
The experience in the other room too will not be palatable.
Of course.
And even now at 65, I wouldn't be as I am now.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have started looking wretched.
Oh God.
I'm sure my audience can see her.
Woo! Woo!
As they look at me, you can see her.
And please,
By the next few weeks, she will be 65.
Wow.
Only.
Wow. Wow.
And she's still counting.
Wow.
Now, if you think you have a maid in the house or a slave in the house, and you're not thoughtful that you will come back to meet the same thing, you've cheated yourself anyway, because you have used overused your longevity in advance. So you are going to be remnant when she's growing old. Anyway,
so
before you know, you need to
the way you use your the way you lay your bed,
that
is the way you
thank you.
So the way
you get it.
The way you use your wife now will determine how she will be in the next future.
Okay.
So if you want her to live long, then you would have started
as
the
much
work.
as possible, be thoughtful of how she will look
Thoughtfulness.
like in the next 10, 12, 20 years if the Lord tarries, and spare your life.
So you don't just think of only money. Don't just project for only money.
No.
It's not about only money.
No. Because very shortly, all these children, all of you children that are here today, you will be out there. And then
as you are already out.
We are now. Now today, we have just one granddaughter in our house. All our children, grandchildren, all of you are out there. It's at our honeymoon again.
Wow. Very true.
Say you understand.
Very true.
So all those young ones, they're all gone. So they only come at you.
Mama, is anything coming to your mind while you've been a pastor's wife for so many years, and while he was out there, just flashback to when he was just coming up. I know he used to be a technician, an engineer, construction engineer, and I remember that you, as an English teacher, there were areas you were thoughtful in the sense that you were trying to help him to polish some areas. When they hear Agbaoye speaking today, I think the credit goes to the teacher in the bedroom and the So how were you able to stand in the gap that time?
POA, please, before I even answer this question, I want to add to what he said earlier.
Yeah.
concerning being thoughtful, especially when I was still a classroom teacher, I will thrill you by telling you how, supportive he was then, even till now. Now, then was while I was, raising you children. All the children, that was what he did for them. Whenever I returned from school in the evening, as he said, breastfed my baby, the one that would be at hand at that time, I would sleep. But I bet you during the night, when the baby shakes the body like this or started crying, you won't believe that my husband would say, come on, keep sleeping, don't worry. He would rise up,
Wow.
carry the baby,
Wow.
and then begin to look for what the baby, mix the milk. He would do everything like that. If he fed the baby and the baby was not, consoled, he would check the nappy. If it was wet, he would change everything. If the baby was still crying like Caleb, oh my God,
Wow.
he would start, petting the
Crying
baby.
machine.
In fact, he would start petting the baby to sleep.
So that you can have your own rest.
Whenever I realized it was taking long, I would rise up. I say, Resty, you are going to school tomorrow, Resty.
Imagine. That's a lot of thoughtfulness.
And I'm telling you, for all the children, he did that.
Before you go on, do you know that during this COVID night, some husband that has maybe little kids, babies at hand now, they are walking out of the house they find an excuse to get out of the house and say, wo baby ẹ ti ń pọ̀jù. When the wife you say, mo ti ń gbé látàárọ̀ bá mi gbé. Instead of being thoughtful.
And I'm so poor at, doing all this rocking the baby. I'm not good at it. But my husband, oh my God, whoever that baby is, whether our own or other people's babies, once you want to be naughty, crying and troubling your mom, once my husband carries the baby, piam, and starts the lullaby,
Okay.
I'm telling you, the baby will
Become
calm.
peaceful.
But me, I'm not very good. God made him, a compliment to that
Wow.
extent.
Helpmate.
Then, during our ministerial
Explain.
active, service as ministers, this supportive aspect of him always helps him to be so thoughtful about what to do. Like he said, what to do to make things easy for me and also for the children. For example, the day he got, because money now is not like that of our own time, it was small. 5,000 was a big money then. He decided to get a form for our last baby, Felix, and I said, Bingham University, private university, I was like, no, let him go to the normal federal university.
That won't cost much.
Exactly. He was so thoughtful for these children because he knew what happens to the first child, how he spent 7 years for engineering instead of 5.
Last strike and go.
Exactly. So it was like, this one, I don't want him to be on while I retire. There's no how I can use nothing at retirement to pay for. That was how he was so thoughtful as to send him to a private university where he did excellently well in everything, spiritually, academically, and how he is today, to the glory of God. That's part of his being thoughtful. And he has been so, even to all the children, monitoring how they do things and everything like that. So he has been very awesome when it comes to being thoughtful, being worried about what will happen or what should happen or what should be for his partner and even the children all along.
Wow.
That's how he has
You have
been.
not hit that aspect of you assisting him back end while he was just starting his ministerial, because I think I learned of that story some time ago. So I just wanted to.
Okay. Well, I would say he's very, very, he's teachable. In the sense that even though there used to be small, it's okay. I've had you.
We all do it.
Especially when you are repeating. I've told you this is how this one should be. You say, I've had. So it's okay. All that came up, while correcting and correcting. Me, when I hear, it's not as if I'm also perfect in this English we are talking about. I am a Nigerian and I love speaking Yoruba so much, even at home. So, but because of the basics that I love and I'm used to, that just makes the difference.
Yeah.
He is very powerful at construction.
Yeah.
You understand? Very
heavy.
Heavy. But for the rudiments, he has improved, because he's teachable.
Wow.
And I thank God for him for that.
Yeah.
I was putting in everything I could so that he would be even better than what he is now, to the glory of God.
POA, I'd
Yes,
like
sir.
to chip in just
One thing.
till today. She's still the teacher.
Wow.
From day one,
Wow.
I'm still in the classroom.
Wow.
Even now,
Wow.
though you address Reverend Doctor, I've been to classrooms, I've been to formal schools, but she's still. And anytime she's still seated, I must be conscious of how I speak. Not minding that she's my wife, but when it's getting to, if you want it, you must not forget it. Men,
I've had.
That's peculiar for men. They won't accept that aspect very quickly, but they got it. It's registered. And that's what makes me who I am. If I speak any English good, this is the person speaking. So if you are calling Reverend Doctor, this is the Reverend Doctor. So that is because God already gave us the grace. I know she is an expert in that field. And she's already sensitive. You can't speak anyhow. Beside, even she will correct broadcasters on the screen, casting news. As if they can hear, they can hear her. It's as good as that. So I am used to it.
Okay.
And I love this.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And then before you go, lastly on thoughtfulness.
Right.
When it comes to finance in our own generation, it has been a major, and even from different quarters, they believe that the husband must be the one earning more. And I don't know how it has been, because I know that there has been a lot of thoughtfulness on both sides. I remember mommy selling clothes to support teaching line, and you mortgaging the salary to fix one thing or the other. I just wanted to share how you have been taught when it comes to finance on your own part. That
Well, I think for those who are hearing us out, know that primarily, under normal circumstances, the responsibility of the home starts with the man. Right?
yes.
God considered that Adam was mature enough and has all the wealth of creation, which got to a stage God knew as a social being, he needs a help. And that's why he brought Eve. Right? Now, but primary responsibility of the garden and Eve is that of Adam. Right? Now, if Eve now can now bring in or supplement is an addition. Basic. However, if Eve come to a point where she can get more, bringing more home, because what the man brings in and what the man brings is our family income. We have operated that way, our family income. In fact, they said you don't know who spend what, because we always consult, we discuss. When she's spending, communication. I know what she's spending for. To a point I never even ask. She never even asked. We had an account that was joint, we have that is separate when we first started. But now, both joint and separate match because she is not reckless in spending. She's not expensive to the extreme. I am not also to the extent that she'll be afraid this man will go and spend the whole of the money. So we both have that thoughtfulness that if we exhaust everything, it will be the primary to suffer it. If you squander it, it will be the primary. Whoever is coming here and there and that we are assisting, we can't assist them. Exactly. When they can't get again, they will go. Abi. But we are going nowhere. Are you getting me? So it makes our finances blend to today. So you should, the man should see the woman bringing in as an additional blessing. Maybe that was why God said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So she is God's favor to me. Wow. And God's favor can bring in anything I do at any time. So I should not feel uncomfortable. Rather, I should say, how do we manage to achieve a family objective? Wow. Are you getting? Yes. So that's why the finance has been. You don't have much, but she's not expensive, like I said. She's not the type that spend on this. I am not the type that wants to. Mine that must not be. I won't be dirty. I will eat at least, and we're okay. Wow. And that's where I raise all my children. Wow. But their priority, take care, basic, we take care. But our own children, whatever we have, we give them. They don't come and dictate. I'm sure some of you out there who is hearing me, you know you cannot dictate. It's what we have, we give you, and you take. So when your own time, like my wife usually say, wait for your time. When your time comes and you can do whatever you want to do, go and do that. But here, this is what you have. And that has helped us.
Wow. So you both will agree with me that thoughtfulness is a powerful tool when it comes to marriage, when it comes to intimacy.
When it comes to intimacy, thoughtfulness, like I said, is a lubricant. Wow. Because you are thinking how you will not overburden the other. She's also thinking how you will not misuse the privilege that you have to.
So meaning that if you want your wife to still look as good as LD as you met her, so it is in both hands.
In fact, I have not
your wife, your husband.
Let me just add this, maybe on a relaxed mood.
Yeah.
I have not been able to do enough the way I want her to do.
Wow.
She's not there yet. So those of you look at, she's not there yet, and she's trying to. If I have what my heart desire, when you see her, you will still write an application.
I want to give you a round of applause for that. Thank you. And I want to agree that you have done a good job over time. So thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
It's good to have you.
You're welcome.
God bless you. Welcome.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.